Oh, yeah. You mean that the particular still life you have?
Right.
Oh, yeah. No, you're developing a relationship with that situation. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly right. So that if you ever did go to paint it, the experience of painting it is going to be very different than if you were just to kind of set it up cold and just start painting it.
Yeah.
And in a way, the problem with setting it up cold and painting it is, it's like, but you're not familiar with it yet. You don't know it personally yet. And so you're trying to depict it at a distance, as opposed to just getting close to it through the drawing, getting to know it, becoming familiar, saying hello.
So painting it in that other, the not so close way, just setting it up and painting it. I mean, that's kind of an indoor version of plein air. It's like,
Not necessarily. Not if
because
you
when
know
you're
that.
out
Not
there,
if you know that scene outdoors. If you're familiar with that situation, and you've painted it a whole lot of times,
okay.
what this is one of the this is one of the weaknesses of taking classes in the normal way we do it, because it's, if you're doing plein air and you're going here and you're going there and you're going there, and they're exercises, and exercises are great and we need them and we become familiar, but there's something else that becomes available through repetition or familiarity.
Okay.
There was did I say it here? Where was I? Maybe it was it last time? I don't know. There's a story, Morandi. You know Morandi?
Yeah.
Bottles and landscape. So he was on a walk with a friend around a lake, and it was very beautiful. And the friend asked if he would ever consider doing a painting of where they were, that lake. And Morandi said, you see that house over there by the shore over there? If I lived there for a couple of years, maybe after that I could start to do this way. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't seem strange at all. It's like, and that's quick, 2 years.
Yeah.
How long have I been living in Colorado? And it's like, oh, maybe. I mean, it also depends on the place, but. And everyone's different. Everyone has different inclinations, but still drawing speeds up the process of becoming familiar, of creating intimacy, of rapport with the motif. But you could do it with painting too. And in this sense, painting is sort of like drawing, where you paint it, and maybe you scrape it down, do it again, scrape it down, do it again. And so the painting goes through a process as you become familiar with the motif. Mm-hmm. And so it stops needing to be a precious thing until it arrives at something on its own. And we kind of recognize it. It's like, oh, I'm not going to scrape that down again. Uh-huh. Something real happening here.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's just changing the terms of what the making is about. Oh. And so instead of depicting something, what the making is about is sort of like participating in this sort of conjuring until something arrives that's somehow real in a way that's just sort of unexpected and hits. And yeah, it came from me. I get that. I was here. It's sort of like I didn't quite do it. It just sort of appeared through this process of just showing up and marking, and paying attention, being here. And that's, like, but just to have another object in the world, another image, for me, it's like, I don't need more crap. I don't need another thing.
Yeah.
So it really changed. It's like, in terms of that voice that's so critical. I mean, that's just a whole other, it's irrelevant. That's just not part of the deal. It's a different criteria. That voice actually doesn't understand. Because in order for that voice to move into assessment of what we're talking about, it has to shift. It has to be more receptive. It has to be more participatory. It could still be critical, but in a much different way, more human. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, because, we do want to make things that have, power. And not everything is the same. For sure not.
Yeah. Jordan, I have to run away for just a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll be here. I'm going to draw.